Golden wind howls across the devastated battlefield of the Fourth Great Ninja War. Madara Uchiha stares down at two towering ethereal warriors standing shoulder to shoulder amidst the rubble. The ghost of the Uchiha expects to see the legendary Nine Tails manifesting in a cloak of bubbling red chakra. He instead finds himself gazing into a pair of identical crimson mangekyo Sharingan. The Shinobi Alliance watches in stunned silence as dual Susanoo avatars cross their colossal blades. History shattered long before this night. A fateful change occurred decades ago under the bleeding moon of the Uchiha massacre. The timeline fractured the moment Itachi drew his blade in the compound. An orphan child named Naruto hid beneath the rotting floorboards of an abandoned shrine. This boy survived the slaughter by sheer luck while holding his breath in the suffocating darkness. Silence became his only shield as the screams of his clansmen faded into the night. The boy emerged the next morning as the only other living relic of his cursed bloodline alongside Sasuke. There is no loud prankster painting the Hokage monument in this universe. This blonde Uchiha is a phantom wandering the silent streets of the Hidan Leaf village. He harbors an intense focus born from a profound and isolating loneliness. His existence revolves solely around the art of shinobi warfare. Naruto mirrors Sasuke in both tragedy and ambition. The two survivors form an unspoken bond forged in the fires of mutual trauma. They represent two halves of a destroyed legacy aiming to reclaim their honor. Their rivalry evolves into a relentless pursuit of perfection inside the academy training grounds. The young blonde no longer struggles with the volatile chakra of a demon fox disrupting his network. This prodigy possesses the natural genius of his clan combined with an immense affinity for wind release. He matches his dark-haired rival blow for blow in brutal sparring sessions. These clashes often leave their knuckles bleeding and their bodies heavily bruised. The instructors watch in awe as these two silent savants execute flawless Shuriken Jutsu routines. Graduation day arrives with both boys standing at the top of their class. They fall under the strict command of Kakashi Hatake alongside Sakura. Team 7 faces their first true crucible upon the frozen bridge in the Land of Waves. Haku traps the young Genin within his demonic ice mirrors. The relentless barrage of Senbin needles pushes the two Uchiha to the brink of death. Blood pours freely from the countless lacerations covering their trembling bodies. Sasuke drops to his knees while gasping for air. Naruto steps in front of his rival with his teeth gritted and his hands forming the ram seal. The sheer desperation to protect his only living brother ignites the latent power dormant within his optic nerves. Two Tamo spin violently to life in both of their eyes simultaneously. The thick mist parts as identical crimson stares lock onto the Hidan mercenary. They track the hyper-velocity movements of their enemy with terrifying precision. Naruto weaves a gale force blast from his mouth to shatter the ice panels. Sasuke follows up by delivering a devastating fireball to melt the remaining shards. This shared awakening permanently alters their trajectory as shinobi. The chunin exams arrive to showcase their monstrous physical and mental growth. The Forest of Death serves as a mere warm-up for their heightened perception. Orochimaru quickly discovers that facing two Sharingan wielders complicates his sinister recruitment plans. The blonde Genin unleashes massive wind scythes to deflect the serpent summons of the Sannin. The curse mark still brands the neck of his brother during the chaotic skirmish. Naruto stands guard over the feverish boy for 3 sleepless nights. He defends their position against the Sound Ninja by utilizing newly developed vacuum blasts to counter their sonic waves. The preliminary rounds approach with the blonde Uchiha demonstrating a cold calculation far beyond his years. He sweeps through his tournament bracket with terrifying efficiency. Neji Hyuga steps into the final arena expecting to demonstrate the superiority of the gentle fist. The Byakugan user instead faces a wind-infused terror wielding the famous Chidori. Kakashi taught his signature lightning blade to both of his prodigies during the month-long hiatus. Naruto charges his right hand with crackling blue electricity. His left hand simultaneously condenses a localized hurricane to serve as a propellant. The blonde Uchiha rushes forward and bypasses the 8 trigrams rotation with a blinding burst of speed. He slams the wind-enhanced Chidori directly into the stadium floor to create a massive shockwave. The resulting explosion shatters the stone tiles and hurls Neji into the concrete wall. Dust settles to reveal the victor standing without having shed a single drop of sweat. His pristine chakra control allows him to utilize high-level ninjutsu with minimal taxation on his reserves. The elders of the village quickly realize they harbor 2 ticking time bombs of unbridled potential. This fragile piece shatters the exact moment Itachi returns to the Hidan Leaf village. Rain pours down the walls of the hotel corridor as the elder brother confronts his past. Sasuke attacks blindly and falls victim to the Tsukuyomi in mere seconds. Kisame raises Samehada to finish the boy off before backup can arrive. Naruto arrives just in time to deflect the massive sword with a focused burst of pressurized wind. The blonde Genin meets the cold gaze of the man who slaughtered their families. Itachi traps the newcomer within that same genjutsu hellscape to test the resolve of the forgotten orphan. The young shinobi endures 72 hours of agonizing psychological torture. He watches the massacre replay over and over while a phantom blade repeatedly pierces his chest. The trauma snaps something fundamental within his conscious mind. The sheer gravity of the suffering fractures his reality permanently. Naruto wakes up in the hospital bed several days later with blood weeping from his tear ducts. The three tamo in his eyes slowly morph into an intricate shuriken pattern. He has awakened the legendary mangekyo Sharingan through pure unrelenting grief. This ascension grants him access to ocular powers uniquely tied to his innate wind chakra nature. His left eye commands a forbidden technique known as Kame-tachi. This devastating ability allows him to spawn microscopic vacuums of slicing wind anywhere within his field of vision. These invisible blades bypass all physical durability to sever weapons and armor upon manifestation. His right eye unlocks the terrifying kinetic power of Futon. This jutsu manipulates the trajectory of any moving object by instantly generating localized atmospheric pressure zones. The young warrior can redirect kunai strikes or deflect massive ninjutsu simply by altering the air currents around them. He keeps these abilities strictly heat-on, while plunging into a grueling solitary training regimen. The Akatsuki drastically shift their priority targets upon realizing the Nine Tails Jinchuriki does not exist. Obito Uchiha turns his single glaring eye toward the Hidan Leaf with a brand new ambition. The masked man desires to recruit the blonde mangekyo wielder to bolster his forces for the Moon Eye plan. He intercepts his target during a border patrol mission in the desolate rocky terrain of the Fire Country. The Akatsuki leader attempts to ensnare the youth with promises of rewriting their tragic history. Naruto answers the proposition by launching an invisible Kame-tachi strike aimed directly at the throat of his assailant. The masked man phases through the attack using his spatial warping technique. The battlefield instantly transforms into a lethal chess match of ocular supremacy. Obito attempts to draw his opponent into the Kamui dimension by swirling the space around his outstretched arm. The blonde shinobi activates Futon with his right eye to generate a massive high-pressure barrier between them. The conflicting spatial distortions create violent shockwaves that tear the earth apart. Debris flies in every direction as the two Uchiha circle each other in the dust. Naruto analyzes the intangibility duration of his enemy with cold detachment. He realizes the masked man must solidify his body to launch any form of counterattack. The young Uchiha throws a flurry of explosive tags head-on beneath traditional shuriken. Obito lets the weapons phase through his skull, while lunging forward with a black chakra receiver spike. The blonde prodigy waits for the exact millisecond the metal tip touches his clothing. He detonates a concentrated vacuum sphere right at the point of contact. The resulting shockwave breaks the right arm of the Akatsuki leader and forces him into a tactical retreat. This brief skirmish sets the stage for a much larger global conflict. The embers of this encounter soon ignite the raging fires of the Fourth Great Ninja War. The allied shinobi forces gather across the wasteland to face the resurrected might of their legendary ancestors. Madara Uchiha drops from the sky like a cataclysmic deity to shatter the frontline divisions. He single-handedly dismantles an entire platoon of Earth-style users with flawless taijutsu. The legendary ghost then summons a meteor of unfathomable size to crush the hopes of the Alliance. The shadow of the falling asteroid plunges the desert into terrifying darkness. Naruto and Sasuke step forward from the ranks of terrified soldiers. The two brothers in arms exchange a silent nod of mutual understanding. Their mangekyo Sharingan flare with blinding intensity as dense chakra erupts from their bodies. Ribcage of hard light materialize around them to form the foundation of their ultimate defense. Sasuke manifests his iconic purple Susanoo, wielding an ethereal bow of pure energy. Naruto unleashes a towering golden Susanoo clad in heavy samurai armor. The golden giant dual wields massive blades composed strictly of condensed wind chakra. The two colossal avatars plant their feet into the bedrock and aim their weapons toward the heavens. Sasuke draws his bowstring back to fire an arrow infused with raw lightning release. Naruto slashes his twin blades in an upward cross formation to launch a devastating Futon storm. The arrow fuses with the hurricane cross on its ascent to create a piercing drill of electrified wind. The combined strike impacts the center of the meteor with the force of a tectonic shift. A blinding flash of light consumes the sky as the massive rock violently fragments into harmless dust. Madara watches the debris rain down with a twisted smile forming across his scarred face. The resurrected legend challenges the boys to a true battle of ocular prowess. He descends to the desert floor and summons his own deep blue Susanoo. The battlefield clears as the three towering titans charge toward one another. Madara swings his multi-armed swords in a horizontal arc designed to bisect both youths. Sasuke ducks beneath the heavy strike and fires a close-range volley of magma arrows. The blue Susanoo repels the projectiles with a localized shockwave generated by its own blades. Naruto uses the brief distraction to leap high into the air with his golden avatar. He focuses the power of his left eye to channel Itachi directly into the ethereal swords of his construct. The golden warrior crashes down with a heavy overhead strike that rends the very atmosphere. The invisible vacuum blades slice through the defensive aura of the blue Susanoo to cleanly sever its left arm. Madara recoils from the unexpected piercing damage and quickly shifts his tactical approach. He weaves hand signs at blinding speeds to unleash a majestic destroyer flame that covers the endless horizon. A tidal wave of roaring fire threatens to incinerate the allied forces standing miles behind the vanguard. Naruto steps forward to shield the army with his massive golden frame. He activates Futon to its maximum output and manipulates the atmospheric pressure across the entire battlefield. The colossal wall of fire collides with the dense vacuum barrier and violently redirects upward into the stratosphere. The sky burns a vibrant shade of orange as the flames harmlessly dissipate into the upper clouds. Sasuke capitalizes on the opening by rushing through the fading smoke with his Chidori humming at maximum pitch. He aims a lethal thrust directly at the chest plate of the elder Uchiha. Madara activates his Rinnegan to absorb the incoming lightning chakra with casual ease. The legendary ghost counters with a brutal spinning kick that shatters the ribcage of the purple Susanoo. Sasuke coughs up a mist of blood and slides backward across the jagged rocks. Naruto refuses to let his brother fall to the enemy. He disengages his massive avatar to drastically increase his physical movement speed. The blonde shinobi blitzes the ancient warlord with a relentless barrage of high-speed taijutsu. He weaves beneath a heavy right hook and delivers a devastating knee strike to the ribs. Madara absorbs the blow and retaliates with a rapid sequence of palm strikes aimed at the chakra points. Naruto parries each precise attack by conjuring miniature wind shields on his forearms. The sheer concussive force of their fists colliding creates miniature craters in the ground beneath their feet. The martial arts exchange blurs into a chaotic storm of flying dust and splintered stone. Madara attempts to end the close-quarters skirmish by manifesting a wood-style deep forest emergence. Thick roots rip through the soil to entangle the legs of the young prodigy. Naruto activates his Sharingan precognition to flawlessly dance between the snapping wooden branches. He draws a standard kunai and infuses it with pure wind nature. The hardened steel of the weapon shines brilliantly as he slices through the dense wood with surgical precision. Sasuke recovers from the earlier strike and utilizes his heavenly hand power to instantly swap places with a falling leaf. The two youths now flank the legendary shinobi in a perfect tactical pincer formation. They move with a synchronized harmony born from years of shared suffering and relentless training. Sasuke ignites his blade with black Amaterasu flames, while Naruto charges a Rasengan-sized sphere of pure vacuum chakra. They strike simultaneously from opposite blind spots to box their opponent in. Madara realizes the sheer danger of this coordinated assault and is forced to manifest his perfect Susanoo. The colossal winged Tengu bursts from his body to knock both attackers away with a singular mighty flap of its wings. The high-velocity wind pressure levels the surrounding mountains and flattens the earth for miles. This perfect incarnation draws a mountain-sundering katana and prepares to eradicate the youths once and for all. Naruto and Sasuke hit the dirt and slide to a halting stop amidst the ruins. They refuse to accept defeat in the face of such overwhelming odds. The two survivors lock eyes and share a fleeting moment of profound clarity. They must combine their shattered spirits to surpass the terrifying ghosts of their ancestors. Sasuke reignites his dense purple chakra, while Naruto summons his roaring golden aura. The two distinct energies begin to intertwine and merge into a singular majestic entity. The resulting amalgamation is a towering dual-faced Susanoo radiating an aura of blinding white light. This divine warrior holds a massive ethereal bow in its left hand and a swirling lance of wind in its right. The heavy armor is coated in the inextinguishable black flames of Amaterasu. Madara swings his massive katana downward with the dark intent to split the continent in half. The unified Susanoo raises its wind lance to parry the apocalyptic downward strike. The resulting collision of ethereal steel deafens the battlefield and generates a shockwave that parts the distant oceans. The white avatar pushes back with immense physical strength to throw the perfect Susanoo off balance. Sasuke draws the bowstring tight, while Naruto feeds his utmost limit of wind chakra into the projectile. The arrow transforms into a swirling vortex of black fire and slicing atmospheric gales. They release the tension string with a thunderous snap that echoes across the ruined landscape. The majestic arrow pierces the chest plate of the perfect Susanoo before Madara can even register the speed of the attack. The black flames aggressively devour the blue chakra construct, while the wind currents tear it apart from the inside. The legendary avatar crumbles into dust to leave the ancient villain exposed and plummeting toward the earth. Naruto and Sasuke dismiss their giant warrior and leap high into the air for the final execution. They both charge their dominant hands with crackling Chidori intertwined with howling wind. Their eyes burn bright crimson as they descend upon their helpless prey. The two brothers strike the falling warlord squarely in the chest to sever his connection to the physical world. This final united blow shatters the dark ambitions of the past and ends the cycle of hatred forever.